Okay. I think that means I'm live. We'll see. One second. Sorry, doing some stuff. Okay. All right. Let's see, we're just going to be warming up a little bit here. Gonna move the mic so I don't click it. I'm trying to, I'm gonna, hold on. There we go. Okay. I am streaming from the kitchen today. Hopefully, I may have to nix this little frame I've got. Might be too distracting. I'm gonna be thinking about that instead of actually drawing. And it seems like the audio. Yeah, I'll just have to let me know what the audio is, how it is. I mean, great shot of my kitchen. Let's see if I can just move a little bit over this way. Okay. So I'm just going to be warming up a little bit before I start getting the pre-game jitters go out of here. Yeah. So thank you, Gray. Hello. Oh my gosh, now I feel even more self-conscious now that somebody's in here, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, totally lost my train of thought. So yeah, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I am just getting ready to get some drawing in. I'm going to work on the characters that for Lantern Jack, but I am currently just a little too rusty from just the day working and doing all that stuff. So, but yeah, honestly, since I'm just warming up, if you want me to draw anything, you just let me know. And then I'll start doing that, because I was working on this as like an actual. When I warm up, I'm gonna start working on this, doing the inking, and get it ready to color and stuff. Maybe a little bit tonight, but I don't like the hands, so I'm gonna practice on my hands first, and then come back in and do the hands again. Perfect. Okay. That'll be good. I added this silly little frame on my camera, and I can't get it to. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, but because now when I lean over, anyway, that's a me problem, not a y'all problem. All right, Ninja, that's a baby. Let's get some baby proportions here. Let's see. Babies are probably one of the flipping hardest things to draw, period. Because the whole point of babies is that they're brand new, but when you're drawing, and like if you want something to look old, you add lines to it. And babies are the youngest things, the youngest versions of humans, and so when you're trying to draw a baby, you try to use as little lines, as few lines as possible, and still communicate the character. But if you add too many lines, then it starts to look really weird, because it's supposed to be a baby, but it looks like a 40-year-old man with a child's body. So now I've got to also, I want to try to think of, I don't want to look up diapers. But the diaper fold, I don't know what it should be, like a, we'll just do that for now. I have tried to draw Olivia, my 10-month-old, and like from reference, and it's so hard. I've gotten fairly close, I feel like, and I did this with Luke too when he was like itty bitty. But it's very, very hard. Babies have such strange proportions because they grow at such, like, they don't, it's not like they don't grow like the whole body all at once. It's like different parts of them grow, which I didn't really think about until I had kids. But yeah, like we don't just like uniformly scale up as we get older, but our proportions are constantly changing as we grow from baby to adult. And so all the stuff that I've like practiced learning and drawing, and as far as like human proportion goes, it doesn't apply to little babies because they just have wacky proportions. Like actually, you can do this with Pace, or you can try it. Well, especially when he starts getting into like the toddler age, they cannot touch their hands over their head. Their arms aren't long enough, and their head is too big. So like, it's just an interesting thing that you don't think about, but then when you look at a kid, it's like, oh yeah, like you don't look like a normal person yet. This isn't Screaming Ninja except for the sigh here. Do you put a mask on a baby? Maybe we'll do a headband instead. Do a Naruto style headband. I have recently discovered that since streaming that I have this nervous laughter that keeps coming out every time I say something because I'm just self-conscious. And so I keep doing this like thing to myself. And I'm like, I hope that this is not just super weird. Thanks for asking me to draw the hardest thing ever first. Now everything else will seem easy. Headband and pacifier. Perfect. Now I don't have to draw the mouth. Thank you. You're a genius. So my kids loved these little, the Philips Avent, or Avent. I don't know, but anyway, these pacifiers, they're big and chunky, perfectly round. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, let's see. Babies don't really have joints either, so it's all just like actually I don't know why I did that. I mean, obviously they have joints, but I mean visibly they do not have joints per se. I was yeah. Yes, exactly. Boss Baby 3. Isn't there already a third one? I don't know if there is or not, but I feel like it's one of those movies that they just keep pumping out for some reason. What's up, Carter? How's it going? Glad you could stop by. Oh, by the way, Bryce and Kelsey may be having their baby like right now. So maybe we'll just keep it on baby theme right now. Oh yeah, but Carter, I gotta. So the impetus for this whole thing, for me even doing this, and for anybody watching this in the future, um, is so that I have these story ideas, and specifically this one that I want to kind of cut my teeth, so to speak, on, because I don't want to ruin the stories that I really like in my head that I have, by not just from not knowing like how the process of like creating something like a story or like getting a book published or something like that. Of all the research that I've done is it's like the first one is gonna suck just because you're not gonna know what you don't know, and so until you like mess it up. And so I want to practice doing that, doing something that I still like and I think is a cool idea, but it's not something that I'm like, okay, this is like something I want to be known for necessarily. And hey, if it goes well, it goes well. But hold on, sorry, I'm going to look up some ninja icons. Or what's that? Oh my gosh, what is his name? What's the guy? What's the gray-haired dude that has the headband in Naruto? What is that guy's name? Kakashi. Nice. Isn't that a cereal? Oh yeah, nice. I will say it's kind of hard because I didn't realize that y'all were talking or like chatting yet, because it doesn't like there's no notification or sound, so I didn't realize. Let me pull this over here. Didn't realize that y'all were. I didn't even know you were here until I looked up. Okay. Baby Kakashi. Well, so now that you know what that means, we need to give him the hair. Oh, and we'll give him the red eye too, since it's not canon, obviously, but we'll give it to him. This is so funny. What does he fight? Does he have? I mean, okay, is that a kunai or a knife? I cannot. Probably. Anyway, it's okay. Dun, 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 dun. Whatever. Yes. So the story that I have, Carter, is basically like, okay, so that's what this random this random stuff over on the side is. This stuff, I'm basically creating like a false mythology, or like a fictional mythology for how jack-o'-lanterns came to be a thing. And so I'll show you. So I've always been kind of like, not obsessed, but interested in these, just like the lantern, or like the jack-o'-lantern headed character. And so I wanted to do a story about that. And basically the idea is that there's this kid, and I'm not sure if this is like kid shaped enough yet, but I was working on this yesterday. Sorry about that. I keep hitting the microphone with the pencil. And so the story is that this kid dies, and a wizard brings his spirit back in the form of this pumpkin. And he fights off like this necromancer person or whatever that's doing bad things. And so that's like the most general thing that I can, like, without giving it away too much, which I'll probably end up doing anyways, eventually. But yeah, not on that later. So, and so then that is how the legend begins, so to speak. So, and then his name is Jack, and so they call him Lantern Jack because he's a glowing-headed, pumpkin-headed person. And so he saves this little village or whatever, and then that's where the story spreads from there. Quick question. I'm not sure if, like, when I'm like drawing, if you can still see me like in the frame. I'll take it off if that's not the case. I just am in the kitchen, so I didn't want to just show like everything behind me. Normally I'm in the office, but this week I will be in here. I'm gonna hop over. I really want to actually just quickly finish this Kakashi drawing really quick. So originally I was going to have him just be like your basic ninja, but I like this better already. No, that's cool. No, I don't like that. Oops. Sorry, let me merge these layers together. I think I was going to start doing color, and then I got on the Kakashi tangent, or not tangent, idea. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you, it is so much harder to draw and think about what I'm doing and what I'm saying at the same time. So much harder than I thought. So yeah, but we're gonna just quickly, and I'm not getting enough line variation with this. That's okay. I may hop over and I may just do colors and then keep the the pencils underneath it. Let me change the background so that I can. It's better to paint the white of the eyes in. Whoops, that is just right. That is right over the top. Cool. Yeah, so basically, Carter, to answer your question, that I just had this idea, and normally when I have a story, like most of the other story ideas that I have, I don't really have, I have bits and pieces of them, but I don't have like all of them, like all together, like beginning, middle, and end. And so this one though, this little lantern Jack idea, it was like not the most original thing in the world, you know, like it's like a little jack-o'-lantern guy running around doing stuff, but it was at least just something for me to practice. And I was like, I have like the main characters already, like kind of an idea of like what I want for them to be and how I want them to interact, and I have a lot of that kind of fleshed out in my head already and how I want the story to go. And so I just was like, well, I'll just run with this for now, and then if like something else comes up, then, or not comes up, I'll finish that, and then when I do, I'll I'll be able to better just create my own stuff further down the road. What in the world? There we go. Goodness. Go back to the color there. Well, thank you, Carter. I appreciate that. This has always been something I wanted to do. You can ask Gray. This is something I've always talked about doing. Like at least doing. We would draw characters together in the growing up, and then like try and do comics and stuff. But it was just that is like I was not very good at following through back then. As most kids are not. So yeah, I'm gonna throw in this color really quick. I've been practicing painting, or like at least like a more painterly kind of style, instead of like trying to just nail the line art like just to 100%, and then just kind of go with the colors from there. I have a lot of ground to cover as far as like color theory and all that goes. But that's the other part of the reason I wanted to do this like stream and do this stuff, is not to like be a teacher. Maybe I do know some things, but more so that, you know, other people can be like, well, he's doing it and he's not he's not the greatest, but you know, that I want to get better, and then have people get better with me, kind of just go on that journey with other people together. But yeah, there's this guy that I like watching his stuff. His name is Nicholas Cole, and I've been watching a lot of his stuff lately. He doesn't have a huge YouTube presence, but he has this course that I bought. It was like it's on sale right now for like $6 on Domestika, and I bought that a long time ago, and I'll just keep going back because some of his stuff is just fantastic. And so he does this style of painting and stuff that his characters, he's worked on all sorts of stuff in the video game industry, but most like Spyro Reignited. He did stuff for the Sonic Prime Netflix series. I actually watched a little bit of that. It's good fun. Luke didn't really like it very much, just because he's so set in his already established shows and stuff. But I was like, oh man, a Sonic show, that's cool. We didn't have anything like this growing up. I would have killed for a freaking Sonic show. But I appreciate y'all hanging out. Oh, brewery recommendations. Oh no, I wasn't really. I have some for here. Let me see if I can look up some really quick. And Gray, I would freaking love to see some of those notebooks if you have them still. I don't have any of mine. They're all in storage in Dallas. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, I know there are some, Carter. Hold on 1 second. I'm drawing a blank right now. I mean, there's the, oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's called the Atomic Blonde or something. You can't go wrong with the Cidercade. That's a good one. That's a lot of fun. I went there for my birthday one year with Tim and Areli and Emily. Deep Ellum Brewing Company. That's a big one. It gets crazy over there, because that's like, but you got a ton of nice restaurants and stuff around there too. Yeah. Yeah, just look up the Cidercade Dallas. It's on Bishop Avenue. I'll text it to you. Because I can't type, sorry. But yeah, Cidecade's my favorite place. One of my favorite places. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, I'll show you here in a second. I'll show you all how to, or what I'm, this, I guess is a technique. Hold on, I gotta get this greenish color. His diaper is gonna be that like green jacket color that he has. Here's a fun trick. Let's just set this to multiply so that you can see, especially with the darker colors, it gets hard to see the line work on top of dark paint colors if it's just like sitting on top. And multiply lets you kind of, or just see through stuff. Or that layer, you can, it like, anyway, I don't know how it works necessarily, but it does this. Mathematically, I don't know. But I use it for work a lot too, and a lot of stuff that I do for work. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Carter, you're gonna like this arcade. If you have not been there, I'm actually really surprised you haven't been there already. I totally lost my train of thought. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna really try very hard not to hit the mic, but I don't have it's just sitting on the table, so I can't get in really close to it. And so I keep banging it on the pencil. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so now we're gonna do this blue. Can you hear Willow in the background? That's the other thing. There's so much that goes into the sound quality and stuff for streaming. Like, I don't know how to I don't have a filter for the mic. It's got like a pop filter or whatever, but it doesn't do anything for like background noises. Alright, I'm gonna move on in just a moment, but I'm trying to practice to actually finish stuff. Even if I'm like quote unquote done. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that coloring job does not look. Oh, when you turn it back white, it does not look great. That's okay. It's just, we're just practicing. Alright, so select this layer, create a new layer, mask. And so basically what this is going to do is let me go in and I can, I did this a little out of order, so you're supposed, but it doesn't matter. This doesn't matter here. But so theoretically I can, so if I set this to multiply, I can start throwing in shadows and stuff like that. I can do it on top of all the colors all at once, so I don't have to. And it only will stay on these colors, so like it won't go on the outside of the character either, which is pretty cool. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Oh yeah, but let's see, if you look at this layer, there's like I can color all over here, and that'll show up in here, but it doesn't, it's not a part of the picture. So I can do that again. If I want to do something else, like this one, we'll set to overlay. So we're just doing basic, this is for light, so I can come over here and literally do like a yellowish, and then start coloring it on top, and it will lighten everything, and I can do highlights and stuff. Obviously, that's super rough, but you get the idea. One last thing I do before I go on to something else. I want to color this pacifier real quick. Baby Kakashi. That was fun. Yeah, and it's not even that good of shadowing. I'll send you a link for like that's what I'm doing this for, is to like practice doing that, because it's and like, so over here, like when I come to do this guy right here, it's really cool. There's like just a whole lot you can do with it. And so like this one, oh my goodness, add new mask. I just learned about this, so I'm like going over it in my head, trying to make it stick. So there's this idea of adding visual mud. So you just kind of get a whole bunch of different colors in that you want to represent the color that you're going for. Oops, I'm sorry. Alright, what I just did, I just locked all the pixels on here, so only that layer will, or like those pixels are the ones that get affected. It's kind of like masking, but it's like a little bit limited. You can do a lot more doing this layer mask stuff. So anyway, going back to this. I haven't found a good like brush that I like to use for shading and stuff yet. We'll bring the background color down a little bit. I want his eyes to. So, have you, Greg? Do y'all have Trader Joe's in Arkansas? Because they have these like white pumpkins, and that's why he's white and not orange. I just thought that they have those white pumpkins are so freaking cool looking, I think. And so, oh my goodness, but I'm trying to think of like a good color for like to signify the light of like a spirit, like within it is lighting it, not a candle necessarily. Carter, how was work today? Just whenever you get a chance, or if you're, I appreciate you staying on. Oh, you do have Trader Joe's, yeah. So I figured that was gonna be a kind of a weird thing, is that he's not an orange pumpkin. I thought it'd be cool. Alright. If you have any questions, if y'all have any questions about like what I'm doing or like how I'm doing things, just feel free to ask, because that'll helps me learn things and make sure that I actually know what I'm talking about. And also just it's something to talk about too. Oh my gosh, yeah, y'all are moving. That's exciting. Gray's moving too. Were y'all able to get in earlier at all? Because of the flood and all the funky junk? Whoops. Multiply. Okay, that didn't go to... Oh, it is on multiply. What in the world? I think it's just 2. Oh, okay. See, here I'm learning. I don't... What in the world? What layer am I on? I guess it's kind of hard to multiply against white. Interesting. All right, change of plans. We're going to do an overlay layer here. Okay, good. Are we having any more adverse effects to that? Or are you all good since you got it cleaned up? Man, that is really hard to tell. Okay, so it may not be a white pumpkin, as cool as that might be. If I can't freaking shade it and I can't light it, then may not be going with that. It's alright, we'll just do... why do I have 2 of these? Whoops. All right. Okay, don't know what I did there. This is fun. Okay. There we go. Just get a little touch here and there. Hang on a minute. Okay, that's way more saturated. What in the world? I don't remember all what I did yesterday. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's Carter. that is basically how it rolls with apartments. It's just like, all right, I could complain and make a big fuss, but not gonna be worth it. Especially since y'all are already moving out. There we go. Okay. Delete this. Start this whole process over again. Mask. Goodness. Overlay. Now I have no idea how to render metal, but we're gonna try. I mean, looking at this armor here, it just they blued that, so that's been chemically treated. That's why it looks so. That's where those like rainbowy, oily looking colors are coming from. And also it looks like it's an overcast day, so you're not gonna need direct like light on it. So it's actually not that great for reference. Let's see here. At least for lighting anyways. Let's see. I have no idea how long I've been going. I may take a break here in a second. Gonna check on Emily and then use the restroom. Let me find some armor to look at real quick. All right, I will be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break. Oops, quick break. Okie dokie. I'm back. Okay, so remember how this white color may not work out for as far as design and clarity of design goes. So now all I have to do is just go in and change it. Give it some get some variation in there. And bring all these, gotta keep them close together-ish in value and saturation levels. that helps create a contrast. So when I do bring in light into his eyes, then it will stand out. And so kind of imagining something more along the lines of this one. Um, as far as like see how you can see the texture and stuff. It's not just like a flat like. Um, some of these are just kind of like that one's just kind of blown out, so you can't see like inside. Anyway, I don't know because I want him to also have pupils and stuff, but it's hard to do that. I had this idea that he would just have like those cut out. Well, none of these pumpkins have them, but his pupils would always be somehow attached to the sides of his like yeah, I'll show you. They would always like be part of the pumpkin. So even though he would be moving around and stuff. Okay, see you, Carter. Have fun working on Scar. Thanks, man. I'll probably stream either tomorrow. I may stream since the kids are staying with your mom. Then I may be doing this a lot more frequently this week and longer than I normally do. But anyway, have a good night, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Whoops. Oh, man. What in the world? I'm gonna go for this, some sort of like bluish, like spirit green. Kind of like allude to the fact that he has pupils, just depending on where the points of light are coming from. I like that blue. And now I'm just kind of shooting from the hip a little bit. I'm just trying to see what works, or what I feel like works. That's kind of cool, actually. It's like it looks like a really pale purple or like blue. I'm not sure how I want to. I wonder if any of these, yeah, give a little bit more of the idea that it's that, like a not white light coming out from underneath. Oh wow, that's pretty wild. But that is actually, I mean, when you get, I don't know what in the world that was. It's kind of got that flame kind of coming out of the eye feel. Alright. We're getting somewhere now. Getting somewhere. Trying to get some of that glowiness in there. Nice thing. They are literally fire. Spirit fire. It's so funny to look at the layers. It's like literally like scribbles in some of them. Like the eyes are just like, "Hmm, hey, but it looks good." Alright, did that. Alright, cool. Now we're gonna go back to multiply. This will actually work since it's orange. And of course, I got to. Yeah, okay. Remember that whole thing that I was like doing over and over again, so I wouldn't forget to do that. I forgot to do that for this. So select new and mask. All right, now we're gonna copy. I'm gonna paste this menu. Copy the name. Okay, cool. let's do it this way. Copy. Paste. Whoa. Oh, right. Okay, cool. And now we can just delete this. Won't be so. Yeah, I just did the same thing, didn't I? So confused. Oh, okay. Now I can. All right, so I'm learning some UI things with the as we go along. Um, all right, whatever. We'll just start over. No biggie. Man, I don't know. I need a different brush that is going to. This is so round. It just looks like freaking clown face. Doesn't look. It's alright. I'm gonna stick with it for now, but we're gonna figure something else out for that. This brush. Okay. Let me just do that and bring out all of that. New layer, mask, one more time. I cannot tell you how easy that they make it look, the actual professional artists, when they're going in and doing all this stuff. But see that, yeah, that looks so much. Maybe I should go in for a little bit of a harder brush, because it is such a bright light. Theoretically, of course. See, I'm not sure how much battery I have left in this pencil. I saw a notification while I was taking a break, or while I was getting a drink, that I only got so much battery left. So I plugged it in while I was helping Emily. Hopefully I get to. See now. So the mistake that I made was that I made a whole bunch of separate layers for all these different colors, and so instead of being able to just make one mask and just change the shading, I have to go and make new masks for every single one. So I don't really feel like doing that right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to do some more designing. I don't know, Gray. What do you think? Should we do another character from the story, or should we do his like lantern and his sword? Oops. Wow, nice. Good job. Good job, iPad. HB pencil. That was just the wizard guy. Oh, yes, perfect. Okay, yeah. So I was thinking, plus also old people. Um, okay, I actually do have the notes for him as well. Ignore this guy. This is rough. I'm trying to. This was supposed to be Jack as a kid. But yeah, here's a. Woo! Um, wait. Unfortunately, most of my writing happens on paper. So, I started trying to do it on here, but so this is like literally like as general as I can. So basically, um, I wanted to. The witch is trying to bring back. So it's her. I think it's gonna be a witch, like a girl. So um, the wizard's gonna be an old man. But um, blah blah blah. Oh yeah. So anyway, he's good. He doesn't. I don't know. What do you want to know actually? Because I could go into all of this um, for a little bit. Um, so the bad guy is going to be driven by her son, who is Jack's age. Um, Sick his whole life. Always was like had some sort of debilitating illness that he just always like just never fully recovered from, and then eventually he dies. And so after being um, disillusioned, the wizard's driving intention, I honestly I kind of is making him this like enigmatic kind of figure, but it doesn't really make sense. He's just he's kind of like a governing force in the world. Like so kind of like how Gandalf is. Like his powers. It's not like he has very specific powers. He just kind of, well, at least not described specifically. Can you hear me? Is my Can you hear me now? Yeah, Gandalf-esque. So you could hear me. Let me see. That's so funny. Okay. Okay, I did. All right. Sorry. So this thing, I'm looking at OBS and there's like this mic. So quick question. This could be potentially embarrassing, but can you still hear me with this? and then we'll get back to the character. Okay, that's awkward. Oh well, I'll if it's whatever. Okay. So yeah, so Gandalf's role was not to he didn't have really any personal, other than his love for the hobbits and stuff. He is sent to kind of just take care of things when things get out of hand, and so that's kind of what I'm envisioning. He's this kind of overlooked character that by the normal people, and he only really shows his true nature when he needs to, and so I was kind of envisioning I don't know who the actor is, not Morgan Freeman, but that Sol Guerrera guy. What was Sol from Rogue One? Forrest Whitaker. Just kind of that kind of vibe, but in robes, and wizardy. Just kind of this kindly old man character, but when it hits the fan, he can get down. In fact, so there's going to be this juxtaposition of between him and the witch. So the witch is new to her powers because she gets she's fed up with obviously medicine didn't help her or her son, and that medicine can't bring her son back, and so she turns to the dark arts and the magic that shouldn't be. I don't know what I'm going for here. But I can at least get a good baseline down. But she's trying to, while she is new to everything, he is super old and has been around, and he does not like to mess with the dead, and that's in fact, he doesn't force Jack to come back. He kind of communes with him instead of, so the witch, she's using magic to force these spirits to reanimate, and she doesn't really have control over that so much, and so she keeps bringing up these random spirits and putting them back in random bodies, I'm kind of imagining. So people are start seeing their relatives and stuff coming back to life, but they're not their relatives because what is the spirits in them aren't their spirits. It's just random people. And so anyway, I could keep going on so in those spirits, the longer a spirit has been dead, then the less it remembers about being human, and so in this world, and so you could see how that could kind of translate to being a problem once it's reanimated and put into a body again. And so the wizard, what makes him different is he doesn't make Jack come back and do this for him, but he communes with his spirit, and because Jack was so young and had so much life left to live, and B had not been at this point, he had died very long ago, then he remembers like his life and he wants to come back and help. So when he's asked, he was like, yeah, like he volunteers basically. Goodness, I'm struggling now. I was thinking more about the story. Let's do... I said that about Forrest Whitaker and Morgan Freeman, but now I'm probably just going to draw a generic white guy. Just to kind of get back into it for a sec. So yeah, hold on, I can't see the chat. My bad. Hopefully that makes sense. And if not, we'll figure it out. I want him to be kind of like this. He's not really worried about anything because he's been around and seen it all before, more or less. And so he is, I don't know, I haven't fleshed out like a whole lot, sorry. Oh, you're good. Yeah, I know, you do what you gotta do. Yeah, my good friend is literally headed, or in, I think they're at the hospital now, but they were gonna bring us food tomorrow, and Emily just got a text from her, and she's like, "Yeah, change the plans. We're having a baby right now." Actually, I'm gonna text him real quick. Actually, I'm not gonna text him because that's the most like this distracting thing ever. Having people text you while you're waiting to have your kid. I already texted him earlier, anyways. So yeah, the easy part about drawing old, scraggly guys is that you just start adding lines. And it just kind of works. That actually looks, and it almost looks too realistic for the style. Oh, silly. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read Bone. That just made me think of the Bone graphic novels where they had those super cartoony characters, but then they had somewhat just less stylized characters, like living in the same world as them. I always loved that. Though I love those graphic novels. Oh, I'm probably gonna hop off here. You don't think I'm gonna hop off here in a little bit. I'm just gonna I've been streaming, I don't know how long. It doesn't actually say where. But yeah, I really had a lot of fun. It's been doing this, getting to flesh out a little bit more. The baby Kakashi was a lot of fun. That was like the perfect warm up. Let's see if we can't stylize this guy a little bit more. Might make him the classic bearded wizard. Yeah, in the background, or in off camera and off stream, I'm gonna practice like my painting and coloring and all that stuff, because that is just going to obviously be entirely necessary. I know. It's cool. It's kind of cool, man. I really want this to, or like, I'm really kind of fully behind this now. You know, I have the time to do it, sort of. most of the time it'll probably be like during like a lunch hour, so it's definitely not going to be this long. And while the kids are at daycare with grandma, so this is actually, honestly, this is like a lot more what I was kind of envisioning. It's like this little bald-headed, happy little guy, and just like not disheveled, but like basically everybody in the village is going to think he's like a nobody, you know, like it's not magic for everybody. And then after the events of the story, he kind of just fades away into the background somewhere else. But yeah. I was also kind of thinking of making him like a little like more monk-like than anything. I don't know, that might be too clashing though with the rest of the character styles, but at least for the time period and that I have imagined for it, but we'll see. We'll see. I appreciated having you on, Gray. That was a lot of fun, and it kind of took the pressure off. So, all right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. Just keep working on this and growing, and so I'll just do a little sign off. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Connor, and this was just doing some character designs. I'll be doing this most of the time. This week will be a little bit from the hip a little bit, but I'll be doing character design stuff on Mondays, Wednesdays, and I don't know why I always skip Tuesdays. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday around noon Central Time. That's going to be normal. This week, it's just going to be kind of here and there and everywhere. So, and I don't normally stream from my kitchen either. So, but we'll get back in the office next week. Hi, Stacy. All right. Well, good night, guys. Thank you.